first edition of the Naharjita Bookathon presented in association with the Raisoni Foundation. In this session, we shall explore the book Masala Chai for the Soul by Mr. Jairam Menon. This is an anti-book, a how-to book that pulls the plug on most of the books of its kind. It turns conventional wisdom onto its head. Where most books tell you not to worry or be lazy or procrastinate or be jealous or badmouth people or be a cynic or use profanity, Masala Chai says otherwise. Better still, the book says that flouting conventional wisdom, you will find the pathway to lasting happiness. Our speaker today, Mr. Jairam Menon, began as a sub-editor and reporter with the Free Press Journal, a notable Mumbai newspaper. Over the years, he has been an advertising copywriter, internal communicator, documentary scriptwriter, corporate brand builder, freelance journalist, consultant, and author. Joining Larsen & Toubro in 1977, he worked there for over 3 decades and later as a consultant for nearly a decade. Now, an independent consultant and author, he wrote Masala Chai for the Soul, a top-ranked Amazon book, and he co-authored A.M. Naik, The Man Who Built Tomorrow, published by HarperCollins. His articles have appeared in the Times of India, the Indian Express, the Hindu, and the Week Online. Without further ado, I'd like to hand over the session to Mr. Jairam Menon.
Hello, friends. First of all, thank you all very much for inviting me here to speak about Masala Chai for the Soul. I would have loved to talk to you over a cup of masala chai, but that is not possible, and I think this is the next best. This is a book that you must read. If you like masala chai, well, who doesn't? Everybody likes masala chai. If you love masala chai, you will love the book. And even if you don't love masala chai and you're a coffee person, you will still love the book. So people have asked me, how did this all begin? Where did the book start? Well, finding the beginning of Masala Chai for the Soul is like finding the beginning of a plate of noodles. You think it's there, and then it goes on to another noodle, and then to a third noodle, and fourth and fifth, and it gets very confusing. So this book had many beginnings. One of the beginnings was in a column that I used to write for a house magazine of the company I worked for. It proved to be a very popular column. It was all about how to overcome the stress that all of us in our working lives need to go through. How to overcome office politics, how to overcome jealousies and other causes of tension. So the column, as I said, proved to be very popular. And my friends told me, hey, why don't you make a book about it? Well, my friends, they're nice people. So I thought, they're just saying this to make me feel happy. But then more and more people read those pieces, and I began to write for other publications too, mainline publications like the Times of India, and there too I got a good reviews and good reception, and people began to say that my style is like P.G. Wodehouse. Have you all read P.G. Wodehouse? If you haven't, do it now. So, and then if people say that you're like P.G. Wodehouse, and they keep saying it, one tends to believe it. And then I believed it, and in any case, P.G. Wodehouse is no more. He's dead. Otherwise, he would have sued me for libel. That didn't happen. I went ahead, wrote enough of the book, enough of material to make it into a book. And then by luck, I ran into Rupa Publications. They were a great help. And to all first-time authors, they are wonderful, wonderful people to turn a writer and make sure that he graduates into an author. Or perhaps I think graduating is the wrong term, because it suggests that when you are a writer, you are somewhere here, and then when you become an author, you're there. Actually, that's not true. There could be a lot of excellent writers who are not authors, and there could be a lot of authors who are not so good writers. But one advantage of being an author is that you become famous. Now, I doubt if any of you would have, or this institution would have called me here to speak to all of you great people if I had not published a book. So all of that put together, Rupa came up with a wonderful cover and design, and then you have it. The book is here, waiting for you to buy it. But now the next question is, what is the book about? This is an anti-book. It's anti all the things that people have told you what to do, how to be happy. This book is a book about happiness that goes in the opposite direction from where most books would go through. So all the do's and the don'ts, you are free from that. So I sometimes say that this book, Masala Chai for the Soul, is your password to freedom. You will find a whole degree of freedom. You won't be imprisoned by the do's and the don'ts, the 7 habits of successful people, how you must behave, how you must react. I'd say this book tells you to step back and relax, because everybody generally says, right from your parents, your teachers, your spouses eventually, unless you have them right now, and your bosses in the office, everyone tells you what is wrong about you. This book says, don't worry. Just be yourself, take a step back and relax. One of the things that this book tells you is to teach equanimity. You know, equanimity, it is to be the same, to be calm, whether you get good news or bad news, to maintain your calm. There is a Sanskrit word for it. It's called sthita prajna, meaning do not get affected by whatever happens around. You have to live to a higher purpose. And it's part of many cultures. It's of course part of the Hindu culture, Indian culture. It's also part of the West. It is a wonderful poem called If by Rudyard Kipling. If you haven't read it, do it now. So if it says, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat these 2 imposters just the same, you will be a man, my friend. The entire poem is a wonderful, it's about 15, 16 lines, and it tells you about all the things that makes a man. And incidentally, those 2 lines, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat these 2 imposters just the same, that are inscribed in the entrance to Wimbledon. But that's where it's most relevant, because you can either win or you can lose, and you should treat both the same. One other thing it tells you is that the book, I'm not talking of Kipling and all that now. Now forget Kipling. Now Masala Chai. So Masala Chai says is that you must laugh. Man is the only creature who can laugh. So why don't we? We are uniquely blessed. So why don't we step out and laugh? You can laugh right now if you like. Because laughter does a lot of things. It is a therapy, not just for the body, for both body and mind. And the question after that is, what do you laugh about? I'll tell you what. I've made a list of all the things you ought to laugh about. I have at a different forum, I said that we ought to have a laugh jihad. Consciously and deliberately laugh at things. You will find it's a great relief. So to come back to the question about what we laugh about, what we should laugh about, here is a list. Read out the list. Laugh at the twists and turns that life takes. Laugh because you could be down one day and plunge deeper the next. Laugh because life is not a game. It's a circus. And the world is neither round nor flat. It is obtuse. Laugh at masks, the ones you cannot see. Laugh at humbug, passing off as profundity. Laugh at relationships that are prey to circumstance. Laugh at statements of belief that are part PR, part pretense. Laugh at eloquence that masks ignorance, and at arrogance that does the same. Laugh at ostentatious piety that won't stand the test of scrutiny. And there are more, just a few more, so bear with me. Laugh at charity. Laugh at charity that lacks the large-heartedness of generosity. Laugh at the petty thievery we punish and the larceny we glorify. This, incidentally, was said first by Aesop's. You know the fableman Aesop's? Yeah, so he had said that what do you do about thievery? He had said that the petty thieves we hang, the big thieves we send to office, meaning sent to rule over us. Laugh at self-centeredness that is all-consuming. Laugh at louts pretending to be gentlefolk. Laugh at principles that succumb so readily to opportunity. Laugh at the scheming and the conniving which occupy the better part of our days. Laugh at the earnestness with which we deceive ourselves. Laugh at the hypocrisies that we have internalized. Laugh at timidity masquerading as virtue. Laugh at the truth that is fed to us and the fakery we consume. Laugh at conventions that have become constraints. Laugh at your accomplishments as much as at your inadequacies. Laugh at those who laugh at you. And most of all, whatever the circumstance, don't forget to laugh at yourself. So that is, in short, is what the book is all about. And if I were to leave you with one word of advice, or rather 3 words of advice, I'd say buy the book. Thank you again very much, and wish you all a very happy future.